Greetings, YouTube. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We're back, as promised. Still planting beans. You can never have too many beans, because there's money in beans. That video will be a little on the extra longer side. Normally I try to do 2 to 2.5 hours on the videos for you guys on YouTube. That when I looked down at the clock and it said 3 hours. A 3-hour tour. Three-hour tour. I can tell you one thing. I will never take a 3-hour tour on any boat named the USS Minnow. Or just Minnow. Not gonna happen. It's hard to believe that that whole filming set from Gilligan's Island was just down from the Mayberry set. That was the what was the name of that studio? They were all kind of located in the same backlot. You had Mayberry. You had the lagoon where a lot of Gilligan's Island was filmed. There was some soundstage stuff too for it, but all the external stuff, like the lagoon shots and stuff, were filmed there in the same area. I know that same backlot is where they filmed a lot of Gone with the Wind as well. Like I think the external Atlanta scenes were filmed there. I know there were some Star Trek episodes filmed there. They actually used the Mayberry lot, and then they kind of decorated it up to make it look run down. Kind of like the same way they did the Back to the Future Courthouse Square. They filmed all the 1950s stuff first, because it was nice and clean and everything, and then they went in and filmed all the 1985 stuff later to make it look kind of run down and everything. Yep. Then they filmed the Back to the Future 2 stuff. And they put in a pool out there in the middle. That'd be a really cool idea. I wish I lived in a town that had a town square like that. And then they could just put in a giant pool out there in the middle. What name that wood chipper that you drive on track? What name? How about the name of the wood chipper that we use? That I drove. Oh, that I drove on the railroad tracks earlier. Okay, now I'm thinking. I was like, what? That's the Brooks. So it should still be out here somewhere. There it is. So this is the Brooks chipper. Big Daddy Backyard Brooks Mobile Chipper. This is called the AIO, the all-in-one. So this is the Brooks. It's got a stump grinder on the bottom. You can actually cut the trees from the actual front of the chipper, and then it acts as a wood chipper. Now keep in mind, if you cut your trees with the chipper, it's not too big of a deal, but you know, some might see it as a big deal. It does not count as a tree cut. So if you go look at your statistics and you're like, well, I wonder how many trees I've cut on this map so far, or in total. If you cut them with the Brooks, it does not add to that number. So that's why you see me get out of the tractor and I'll hop out and I'll cut down the tree with a chainsaw and then run it over with the Brooks and take the stump out with the Brooks. That's the only reason that I do that, is so that I'll still get that tree count number down the road. Stumps on tracks. Oh, you may be thinking of that other. What's the name of the other one, guys, that he's talking about? I think he's talking about that one that. Y'all know the one he's talking about. It is literally on like tracks. You can take out. Basically, it's like a just a giant forest mulcher machine. The T-Rex, yeah, the T-Rex. That's probably what he's talking about. I've never had that, so I don't know where you saw that at. You probably saw it on somebody else's video or something. I've never used that one. The Brooks has usually been my go-to. Who made that? Was that Black Sheep that made that? The T-Rex? Black Sheep made it, but don't do wood chips. Okay, it just takes out the trees. Then it's kind of like a giant forestry mulcher. So it's kind of like. Not that. It's kind of like one of these. This goes on a 3-point. So it's kind of like the forestry mulchers. We actually used to have a self-driving one in FS22, the Prineth. think it was the same brand as that. Yeah, the Prinoth. It was kind of like this. It was a self driving one. It had its own front thing that went on it too. It was on tracks, but it was like just basically a forestry mulcher. It wasn't. It didn't do wood chips. I mean, it would grind them down into chips and stuff, but you didn't get to keep them. Unless somebody else made another mod out there that made them keep the wood chips, which could be a possibility. I know they were working on that one wood chipper that was... We had it in 22. You hooked it up to like a semi-truck, and it had two parts that connected to it. And it was basically like it was more than just a wood chipper. You could put bales in it and do stuff with bales. I think there was a silage option to it too, maybe, or something. But it also was a wood chipper. You could throw your logs and stuff in there, and it would make wood chips that way. Now Stevie's got a thing too where you can take your trees and put it in it and it will make wood chips that way if you want to do it that way. Takes a little longer to do it that way versus the way we do it, but honestly, if I could, I would just clear the trees out and push them up with a bulldozer in a brush pile, like a giant brush pile, and then just set them on fire. But you can't do that in Farm Sim, I don't think. Wouldn't that be cool if you could do a brush fire in Farm Sim? Like you could clear out a little cluster of trees. You don't really want the, you know, the money from them or anything. You just want to clear the area out. So you could just build a brush fire and get rid of the brush that way. Or better yet, just burning your fields off. You know, here they burn fields off. They don't do it as much as they used to. But that's how you knew harvest was done. Is they would burn off the excess or leftover stubble from wheat fields and stuff, and that's how you knew it was like officially fall. One of my memories of the signaling that fall has arrived. You know, we're officially like in fall when they burn the fields off. It was always smoky. It was kind of like the smell of burning leaves almost. Maybe that's why it kind of felt that way. Did that plow come down through here? I don't think he's been down through here yet. Maybe I should wait. Nope, here he comes. Yeah, if you're in the Puma Plow Discord, there's a channel in there for mods that they post. I would say, you know, kind of the same thing I've always said. Go with modders that you trust. If you've got some modders out there that you've downloaded from before, Um, go with them. There's a lot of modders out there that have itch.io pages. If you want, like a lot of your older equipment, stuff like that. Rooster mods. Um, There's so many different modders to name. Yeah, we're all kind of Trent, Jeff, me. We're all kind of tied in. We're with the kind of all part of the Puma Plow community. We're getting there. Just about got all this field planted. We're gonna have to probably take that guy over there just to hit what that articulated tractor missed. Where did he end up? He's down here in the far corner. Yeah, he didn't get everything, and he's not really great at. Probably just leave him off the plow from now on. Just leave him on like the cultivator or something. I like these larger articulated stuff, but the AI workers do not like them. Bet these things making that hissing sound. Sounds like the sprinkler's running, but I don't know. Maybe that's just like a default sound. Yeah, if you want to go work on plowing that over there, just don't plow the rye. I am not locked in. Thought I was locked in. I'm not. Not at all. Must have bumped the stick again. I'm gonna have to get over more. So it makes sense to put fertilizer in the front. So you can see the seed, I started at 100% on both of these tanks, and the seed is just about kind of in line with the fert usage with this setup. Otherwise, if I put seed in the front, I'll run out of fertilizer way before I run out of seed. But having that little bit of extra, that solid fertilizer, I've got 2,200 liters in that front tank that it uses. So they're kind of pretty close there. That almost sounded like thunder. I guess maybe it's always possible that it could have been thunder. cut. That's a wrap. So that should be that entire field. Yep, looks pretty good to me. Got some beans there. There's another bean field right there. How much is that one? That one's 467. Which we could tie that one in with that one eventually if we got that one. But that one's super expensive. That one's 3.5 million. Woo. That's up there. I was looking at the wood chip prices. And even, whoop, there's a save. Even at the current prices, they're like $800, $900. The worst time to sell wood chips would be when they're down to 487 there. But again, the best time to sell them is in January, so might as well hold off on that. I'm gonna go refill this. And then probably do beans over there where Fuzzy's over there plowing that everything that articulated missed. If you want to use this tractor down here, Fuzzy, it might be better. Go refill this and then probably do beans over there too. And then maybe beans down here. Kind of want to get on the propane game. That means I'd have to drop the map though and load it back in. Would you be opposed to that, Fuzzy? Dropping the map for a minute and then loading it back up? You can get these trees. I probably should have turned right back there and I didn't. Good with you? Okay. Let me get this down to the shop and get it refilled here. Actually, you know what? I think I can go down this road. That was gonna be a straight road. It's not a straight road. Trying to avoid getting my planter stuck in suburbia down here. Some seed first. Fertilizer. And I want to get some pallets of seed. You can get just a little bit more for the pallets. Pallets are $12.60 for 1,050 liters. And then the boxes are $12.60, same price for 1,000 liters. So you might as well get the pallets. Get a little extra bonus there. Right, full on fert. Back over to these beans over here. Kind of wish they would, Giants would do like the dedicated seed types. I know there's mod out there for that, but it'd be nice if they would put that in game. Like not just make it, a pallet of seeds. Make it like a pallet of corn. Make it like a pallet of soybeans, pallet of wheat, pallet of barley, whatever you're planting. I know there's a mod for that, but it'd be nice to have that in game instead of just general seed. I do believe this is about where we had our sawmill on the other map. I'm gonna park this right here. And then Fuzzy, when we come back, I'll let you plant, if you want to plant, you can plant this field, the boot field, as we're calling it for right now. Plant it with soybeans. So I'm going to drop the map, save the game. Roads, where we're going we don't need roads. See, that was a very long pause. That was normally when that happens, the game's about to crash, but thankfully I saved it. So now I just got to go in and find these mods. Multiplayer. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I've got to actually quit the game and relaunch it completely. So, yeah, for third-party mods, I think you still have to do that. So I'm going to go to that right there. Let me relaunch the game. If it was I think if it's like an in-game mod hub mod, you don't have to do that. But for these third-party mods like that, you have to do that. You have to like really like restart the whole game before they like kick in, take effect. So as soon as this gets back up here, it always seems to load a little. It takes a little longer for it to load when you add mods to it. Guess it's got to think about it. All right, now I should be able to come back to this. Now I just got to find them in the list. Whoa. I switched over to my controller. It snapped back up to the top. I did put them in. Okay, there's the tankers. So there's the propane tankers. Where is the... There it is. Right there. Oh, do you get a trailer with that too? Oh, if that comes with a trailer, I'll have to look. I see a picture of a trailer up there though. That looks like the... I wonder if that's a modified trailer that you can use with that water slash diesel slash propane. Alright. Should be back up in just a minute, Fuzzy. Yeah, I really want to get our beans dried. It's funny that... Well, I guess that maybe that's not a Stevie thing. But his silo... Maybe his silo is set to accept everything. Because it has dried soybeans in the list on his silo. So I guess maybe that's like the bulk thing that he's like accept all for that silo, for his silo. Because dried soybeans are not a part of Stevie's map that I can tell. Unless you have that one AGI part. His dryer does not dry beans. So... Did I put those mods on the shared drive? You know what? I don't know. Let me go look and see. What's today? Today's the 29th. Let me go throw those in there just in case I didn't. I don't think I did. At least not that last one. Nope, I don't think I did. Hang on, I'll get him in there. Hang on. Why am I not? Is that not the control button? Nope, that was the alt button. There we go. All right, so let me bring the drive up now. Go to that folder. And go back over here. Go in there. Drag those there. Oh, something was in there. I think maybe I did put the propane trailers in there. I didn't put the other one in there, so they're both in there now for sure. Yeah, they should both. They should. Blah, blah, blah. They should be both there. Well, said that 5 times fast. They should both be there. That's what I'm trying to say. They should both be there now. So, all right, hey buddy, hi Shadow, how you doing, buddy? Hey, roll over, roll over, roll over. Yeah, that's a good dog. That's a good dog. All right. So now that we got that going, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna replace this. Put this in. You buy the propane here, but the other one is way cheaper. So I'm gonna replace that. Anything on sale yet? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is that the 9 meter? Oh darn, that's a 7.5 meter. If it was the 9 meter, I would have gone ahead and bought that because we're gonna get one of those in the future. Let's see. Let me go in here. Oh, trees in the way. I need to cut that tree too. Need to move my mouse out of the way. That's throwing me off. Doesn't help that it's the same color. All right, so I'm gonna sell that back. Okay. And now I've got to go find the thing. It's got to be at the bottom. I think it's under factories. Ah, no. Hit the left or the right button on the D-pad, and I should not have done that. It's not at the bottom, so I gotta find it here. Pretty sure it's under factories. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. It's definitely in this list though, because none of the stuff is where it was. Just gotta find it. It's in here somewheres. Pretty sure it's under factories. I feel like I'm getting up into the in-game stuff now though. Maybe I missed it? Wonder what... Maybe it's not under factories. Let me go look at some of these other things. Maybe it's under... Surely it wouldn't be under generators. Nope. I'm pretty sure it's under factories. Let me go back through the list again. I wish that thing, man. Every time I try to go over to the thing, but it's, when you go down to the bottom and you go down too far, it goes back up to see how it's lighting up the arrows up there? When you hit down on your D-pad too many times, it goes back to that. So when you try to move over to the thing next to it, if you're up there, it's going to turn you to the next page. I don't like that. Let's see. TMR production. Gonna have to go through this list slowly. I'm pretty sure it's under factories, though. Suit factory. That it? Nope, that's sweets and treats. Not that one. There it is. That's it. Right there. Whoa, that thing's huge. No, no, it's not. Okay, hang on. I gotta put my snapping back on here. Actually, it's almost the same width. Almost the same width as that other one. It's just a little bit wider, but I think the thing for it is in the front. Oh, it doesn't show me. Didn't show me that before I place it. Nope, I guess not. Pretty sure the fill thing is in the front here, though. Move it down just a hair. Oh well. Wonder if I could do the trick. I don't want to put it too close to it. Can't really put it across from that. Yeah, I'll just put it right next to it. Lined up. Alright. Do a little smoothing in front of it. So let's get the propane running. I guess I can go ahead and get the diesel running too. We've got a water thing over by the silos. We really don't need the water thing running, but I'll get the diesel and the propane running. We already got a little bit of propane in there, so. Alright, so now let me go check and see. It looked like that it came with a tanker. Don't know where those would be yet. Maybe under animals? That looks like propane right there. The symbol's different now, though. Wonder if that just changed the symbol on it, or... Hope this works. Let me go, you know what, let me go look in the list. Make sure that that's the same. Be bad if we got a dryer and a propane one. It's not the same kind of propane. Hopefully this just changed the icon or something. It did. Okay, so it did change the icon. So there was an icon for propane in there, but it changed it to the little red propane logo, kind of. There's not another one listed. Okay. So that's it. It works. So that trailer, that one trailer, this one here, says that it does propane. So does that one. Those, well now those, the other one didn't say that. The other one didn't say propane a while ago. These say propane now. 32,000 on them and then 32,000 on them. So really it's just whichever tanker we want to use. This one would be easier probably to get in and out of there. Probably we would want to change the color of that. But these are more realistic. However, they are longer. Same capacity. But these are longer trailers. I guess it's really just a question of which ones do we want to use. Propane. Wow, we've already got 2,000 liters of diesel and propane. So that was a save. Which one do we want? Do we want the long, more realistic ones, or do we want the smaller ones? I'd say the smaller one, the smaller tanker would probably be easier to maneuver in here. This one or this one? This one or this one? Exhibit A or Exhibit B? Lizard or lizard? They're both lizards. Which one? Left or right? Alpha or Bravo? You guys let me know. First one to say it in chat gets it. Go. On your mark, get set, go. I guess I should probably look at the price of them. How much are they? They're both the exact same price. Look at that. 90,000, 90,000. So literally you guys decide which one I should use here. It doesn't matter. If one was cheaper, I'd be like, well, I might go with that one, but they're both the same price. 90,000 and 90,000. Okay, Duke said the white one. I think that's that one. Tomcat, I don't even know what that is. What is that? It's a picture of something. Sean Sinclair said the bigger one. Whatever suit you better. I think the first at least 2 comments, and maybe Tomcat, said this one. So we'll go with the big one. Let's see. What kind of options do we have with this? Wheel setup. I think we'll leave the big ones on there. Front fenders. Oh, that's ones. Okay. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't need them. We're not going great distances. Let's see. Propane or anhydrous. So this is the one that does anhydrous too. Main color, I guess we'll leave it white. Frame, we'll leave that color. Rim color is, if that's chrome, we'll leave it that. Yep, that is chrome. And then we'll leave the plate on it. Okay, so that looks good to me. Didn't really have to change anything. All right, we might need another truck. Trucks. I'm gonna say these. I think that's too small for that thing. Probably something cheaper like that, because that's expensive. Everything else is expensive. Everything's expensive. These are a little. These are a little cheaper. This one, there's too much to customize with that one. I may just go with this one. This is not gonna be like going down the road all the time. So this is just for tank setup. Small, standard, big. Might as well do the big. We'll change the color. We'll make it, I guess we'll make it white. Rim color, if that's chrome, we'll leave it. It is. All right, so that looks good to me. So that's 140 grand. Boy, we're spending money like it ain't no joke. All right. Is that white? That don't look white. I did pick white, didn't I? That looks more like a silver. Yeah, those are not the same color. That says white. I wonder what color silver looks like. Well, that looks more silver. Maybe beige? No, that looks worse. Is that metallic white? Can you change that? Can I make it like white? That looks white. That's got to be it. Now it looks white. I don't know why the default white didn't look that way, but it didn't. So now it looks white. there's any deer in front of me, you better move. Or you're gonna get run over by my propane and propane accessories. She don't like propane. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What's the best way to do this? Should I back in there? Or should I drive in there? Probably should back in there. Look at this. Look at this. Come on, Karen. Let's see. Here we go. Propane. Test this out. See if I can dump it just straight in there. Oh yeah, perfect. Dump it right into the AGI place. AGI grain dryer. We're in business, boys. Alright, so I'm going to leave this parked right here. All I got to do is literally just go back and forth. I wonder if I pulled it in that way, though, could I fill up and dump at the same time? Or does it have to be from the rear? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. I heard it as it was coming out of my mouth. If I pulled in like this... filled with some propane. Apparently I can. And see, there's the dump point. So I can just leave that parked right there. I don't even have to move it. Don't even have to go back and forth with it. That's how you hack the system right there. All right, we got a little sleeper cab here if we ever want to come over here and take a nap. It's parked there for good. Need to put some wheel chocks under it and call it a day. All right, let me go get the other truck. We'll haul some beans over here now. Get them a drying. All right, soybeans. Soybeans. Go. There was a Black Friday. I almost said White Friday. There's a Black Friday sale on metallic white flakes. Where's Trent to clip it? I kind of want to hold off on getting the America trailer then, if he's working on some fixes for some stuff, unless that's one of the things that doesn't need fixing. I don't really know what all needs fixing. I'll wait till he comes out with Mod Pack 21, just to be on the safe side. Alright, so we got a full load of beans. So we'll put these in the dryer. Well, we don't really even need that other dryer then, do we? We got this dryer set up going and it does everything. I think it'll do corn. And it does soybeans. Alright, soybeans in. Get it going. Where's the activate button? There it is. Alright, so let's see. Dried barley, dried canola, dried corn, dried oat, dried sorghum, dried soybeans. That's the one we want. We'll activate that. You can dry sunflower and then dried wheat. So this does all the stuff, pretty much. The other one over there doesn't do all this. The other one down there, and this is what runs on methane. We could use this as like an overflow or something. Where is the where's the button? Oh, right there. So this one does, you can use methane or diesel with this one. So I guess if you didn't want to use the propane, but this one does wheat, oat, corn, and barley. So this one does not do sorghum, it does not do sunflower, and it does not do soybeans. I think those were the only three that it didn't do. Down here and look at that again. So sunflower, soybeans, and sorghum. Oh, it doesn't do canola either. It doesn't do canola either. It does oat, it does corn, it does wheat, and barley. So soybeans, canola, sunflower, and sorghum is what this one does over the other one. Alright. How much we got? Are we making dried soybeans? Yes, we are. So it is going to be a slow process, looks like. But we're making dried soybeans. Hey, we're going to make some money on some dried soybeans later. Looked like those needed to be sold in June as well. Dried soybeans. Yeah, 4,271. It's worth getting into. Definitely worth getting into. So yeah, it looks like June. All we got to do is sit back and let our beans dry. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. I don't know why. Alright, let me go get some more beans. Beans, beans, beans. We need more beans. Another full, not quite another full load, but if we buy that field down there and we've planted beans up north and we're planting more beans, Fuzzy's up there planting more beans right now. We buy that field and we buy that field. Is there another field of beans over here? Oh, there's a little bit, that little bitty field. So yeah, we should that should be good. Plant beans there and there. Buy that field down there, and then maybe plant beans here and down here. This go around. Sounds like a plan to me. All right, we in business. Go put these beans in there. We need all the beans. And then I guess I need to look up dried corn too. Because corn is a higher yielding crop. But if you make more money on dried corn, why not do it too? Alright. Put more beans in there. Got our propane running. Alright, I'm going to take another quick break, and then I'll be back, guys. And I'm back. With the right buttons here. There we go. Alright, so I need to go shut off one of these trucks. Which one is it? It's not that one, it's this one. Alright, shut that off. Alright, so we're making beans. Dried beans. How many we got? 400 liters. Yeah, that might take a minute. That'll hold 1.5 million though. And then we can transfer, as they go, we can transfer them over to the other silo. If we really wanted to, we could move these greenhouses and put our main silo system back here. Like take this silo system over here and put it back here. Actually, I think there's another one in here that's, I think it holds just a hair more. And you could, it's got like a drive-through thing in the front. And I think it is a Stevie silo, so it's probably got that bulk setting on it. Let's see, silos, it's back under this tab, isn't it? Yeah, so let's go down. It's got to be at the bottom. So there's that one by Stevie. That holds 50 million. There's this one by Stevie. That holds 50 million. There, I think this is the one we got. That actually holds 40 million. So that one holds 10 million more. A little bit bigger. Whoa, it's a little bit bigger. Yeah, it doesn't have the drive-through thing in the front, but it's a little bit bigger. Let's see. This one has the drive-through. Nope, not that. This one. This is the one we've got, right? Yeah. So this is the same one we've got. So that holds 40 million. It's this one that has the thing in the front. I knew there was one that had a drive-through thing in the front. I wonder, does that hold all the different types of crops, or does that... I would think being Stevie, it probably does. I don't know, though. And then there's that one. That's 30 million. Near heat, okay. That holds 50 million. Compared to these over here. Put it in line with that thing right there where you fill up, because we'll fill up dried beans right there, and then you can just back up here and might be something to think about. If we did move these greenhouses though, we could put in the big system. No, don't click on that. We could put this system in. So this is kind of like what we've got right now, but it's much bigger. It takes up a lot of space. We'd have to put in... Actually, we could probably turn it like that. That would work. Because if we get rid of these sheds anyway, which that's kind of the plan, move these greenhouses somewhere else. Dude, that could totally work. Put it in line right there, even get it a little closer maybe. Those sheds won't be there. Oh man, things are happening. Get rid of these sheds. Actually, you know what? I think I've still got some Brooks chippers in here. Yep, let me move them. Let's see. Did I eat my Wheaties for breakfast this morning? No. No, I did not eat my Wheaties. Why didn't I eat my Wheaties? I didn't eat my Wheaties. Huh, that's interesting. Let me go get a tractor. Never mind. I'll just put these over here somewhere for now. Alright, got them. That right there for now. Sell that shed. We'll make a little bit of money back on this too. I don't know how much the new silo system will be, but okay. Sell that shed. This was the plan anyway, guys, so don't worry, have no fear. Now so we just made almost 150,000 back just on selling those 3 sheds. Oh, need to sell that too. Don't need that. That's the small one anyway, I think. Okay. Honestly, I'm really tempted to sell this little kiosk. I think I'm gonna. It's just kind of in the way. Seeing there. Shadow said no. Did you hear him? He said, no, don't sell the vegetable stand. Where am I going to get my treats? Where is he at? I heard him. I was like right here and I heard him. Where was he at? Shadow. Shadow. I don't know where I heard him, man. I heard him somewhere over here. I am not seeing him, though. Alright, and then this stuff, we're going to get rid of this stuff. The lime thing, the sugar beet cutter thing. The only ones I might bring back are the seed maker and the fert maker. But for right now, we'll get rid of them. I get 37 grand back on that. Okay. And then 37 grand back on that. And 37 grand back on that. And I might move these. So I'm going to take them out of the middle. You can always rebuild them. They gone. Alright, so now and then we never did put anything in the greenhouses. There's no manure in there, no water. I didn't even put water in them. So we'll just sell these out of here for now. Okay. They're gone. So let's build our new silo system. That one, I think we want to go with that one right there because the other one is 40 million. This one's 50 million. Not that it's that big of a deal, but it kind of is. So let's build a silo system. Get it in there nice and straight. Just what I'm going to try to do is just line it up with the road there, the alley. Very hard to line up. Let me get rid of my help menu. Get that out of the way. There we go. Nope. Nope. There we go. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. That looks okay to me. Right there. I'm getting that overlaps with another object message, but I think I can hit that button. All right, we got it. A little more confusing out here. But that looks pretty good, pretty close. It is lined up with the the other dryer on the other part there, so. And then all of our mixers, we can back into those and just dump straight into them. Now that these other sheds are gone. Not that I won't build another one, because I'm probably going to at some point in the future here. But actually, I could build the new shed back here. And really, even we could get rid of this dryer. We don't really need it. Our other dryer does all the stuff, so I could build the big new shed out behind this shed there. What all we got in this? Where's the button at? I think I put some manure in there, but I mean, hey, it's now it's got methane in it. That's what it is. I wonder if I can pull that methane out. Wonder if there's a way to pull that methane out of there. If not, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna say probably not. I don't think there's a fill point for the methane. Pull it back out of there. Yep, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say we can't get the methane back out. So that's fine though. We've got plenty of propane. Sell that dryer. Because again, I mean, it adds the benefit of being able to dry with diesel and methane. But if we're using the propane down there, I think we're fine there. So let's get rid of that. There's nothing else in there, right? Just methane. We didn't put any crops in there. So we're not really missing out. All right. Or losing out. So we sell that, and we only get 23 grand back on that. That's cheaper than some of the other stuff we've sold. Way cheaper. But we'll go ahead and sell it. Alright, now we do have this building over here. This is not a shed. This is like a pallet / bale storage area. To me, we're not gonna have too much stuff on pallets to store anywhere, and then all of our bales are gonna go in the silo. Because they all go in the silo. So I may sell that building too. That gives us more room to, if we wanted to put in another shed or maybe build those greenhouses back or something, we could do that. How much is that worth? Wow, that's only worth 4,600. I'm gonna sell it. He's gone. Alright, so we got enough room back here now. We'll probably go into this field a little bit. Not a huge field, so. Now all we gotta do is transfer all of our other stuff from over there over here. Or we keep this silo over here. What we could do is just keep this silo. And just put the stuff in here like for the cows and for the pigs. So like this silo could be just for straw and silage and hay. Here goes the robot, or here comes the robot. And then maybe mineral feed. Store that in there too. So yeah, I'll probably hang on to that one. And then we'll do all of our crops and our dried crops in these. I like it. I like the way it's going. Looks good to me. How many dried beans do we have now? We have 1,300. We're getting there. All right, let's go plant some more. Let's go plow up some more. Take this tractor. Fuzzy's planting more soybeans over there. We're in business. I'm out of Dr. Pepper. Oh no. Whatever will I do? I know. I'll open an orange soda. The only thing better than a Dr. Pepper is an orange soda. I should probably go fuel up. And actually, I'm making diesel down at the farm now, so I may go down there and fill up. Too much snow, but now to go get Dr. Pepper. You're gonna go out in the snow and get Dr. Pepper? I would say it would definitely be worth the trip. If you have to go out into the snow to get Dr. Pepper, orange soda, or pizza, it's a 2 thumbs up from me. I got really excited the other day. I went into Walmart, and normally Walmart does not carry this stuff, or they haven't carried it in the years past, but they had the big box of the Christmas tree cakes. And if you know the difference between the regular box of Christmas tree cakes and the big box of Christmas tree cakes, if you buy the one that's labeled big box, that's how Christmas tree cakes used to be. The shape, the size, the quality, everything there, that's how Christmas tree cakes used to be. That's how, I don't know if that's how they started, but that's how they were back in the 80s and 90s. So if you buy the regular box of Christmas tree cakes, you're getting a very wilted, shriveled up tree that tastes like wax lips. It's not the same as the big box. Get the big box. You'll thank me later. Make sure you buy, if you're going to get the Christmas tree cakes and you love the Christmas tree cakes, I know a lot of you out there do, make sure you get the big box of Christmas tree cakes. I was very excited to see them in Walmart. Normally I have to go to like a higher end special store to get that stuff, but yeah, no, Walmart had it. You know what the next question is? Can I get in here with this propane truck in here? Can I back in here? No, maybe go. Wonder if I can do it just right in front. If the hose is long enough to reach me. Oh yeah, there we go. Diesel. Wow, that filled me up quick. That was like instant. Got some Star Trek teleportation. What do you call that? Not teleportation. What did Star Trek call that? Energize. Transporter room. Beam me up. What were those called? Those were called something. Low bridge. The big ones are not too big for you, Tomcat. They're just right. Well, it is getting super dark out here now. I think it's gonna rain. Alright, crate field on. Lower plow. Collect straw at missions. Yeah, we used it for a little bit until it became like we didn't have to. We got to the point where we didn't have to. Cause straw, unless you like need an abundance of it, we really didn't have to. I mean, it's about the same time we got to the point of where we didn't need contracts anymore. We need a Christmas tree cake emote. I agree. I saw the Christmas tree cake blow molds that Walmart has, but I went and tried to find some, but I couldn't find any. They may have sold out rather quickly. Let's see, I'm going 12. Getting on it up there. Don't say Fuzzy. The next, if you want to plant the next field after that one, there's a field right down here east of me. It's field number 70. It's right down here by the river. If you want to plant that one in soybeans as well. And then once you get, maybe if you want to do that one, if you get done with that one, I'll have this one plowed out. Then we can plant this one over here too. And hopefully we'll have enough dry beans to sell come June, make a decent little profit. Beautiful map. Yep, this is Stevie's Riverbend Springs 4X. Yep, field 70 in soybeans. We'll plant it in soybeans as well. I was going to do rice down here, but with this canola field in between us, in between that field and this field, might as well just go ahead and separate them and just do some more beans, and then come next late fall plow all this up, and then next spring plant get into rice, plant some rice down here. Kind of my idea about it. Playing on the same map? Nice. I could actually probably make this field a little wider. Take out some more of these trees up here where it's flat. And bring it in a little bit tighter to the bank here. Not right on the bank, so you can see where it kind of starts sloping down. Don't want to go all the way down that embankment there. Kind of keep it up here where it's flat. So take out just a few more of these trees, and then make that curve a little broader there. Bring it around this way, and curve it on around this way. Yep, might look into that. Alright, I think that's gonna be time for us. So, we're getting started on here. Was I actually standing on that before I got out of that? Cool. Here goes the train. So that's going to be it for today. We'll be back here tomorrow, and maybe we'll get into the point where we can sell the beans. That'd be nice. But we'll definitely be back doing something on here tomorrow. All right, sounds like a plan to me. We gotta make some money. We gotta turn a profit. We don't have any loan. We've only got $1 million in cash. We sold a lot of buildings and stuff, but we need to make some money. We need to start being more net revenue positive here. So, all right, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you haven't hit the follow button, make sure you do that. And then if you haven't subscribed over to YouTube, youtube.com/thegrainarcade. And then you'll know when we put videos up over there. Alright, until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.